Last year on Selection Sunday, Drew Brees retired. This year on Selection Sunday, Tom Brady unretired. He is back. He will play his 23rd season as a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady will not retire, will return to Tampa. Here is Brady's tweet. These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it is not now. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business, LFG. OMG. Pete Prisco is here. All right. What is your level of surprise that is what we're reading and we're doing it today?
Well, I'm a little surprised, but when you read the tea leaves, it didn't sound like it was the decision he was going to make. I think it was a decision made by his family, and specifically, I think, his wife. They wanted him to retire and spend more time with the family. And so, just like everybody else in the business, when you have a lot of time away, you're missed. When you have a lot of time around, they don't really miss you as much. And so I think in the end, they realized he can still play at a high level. He wants to play at a high level, so why not allow him to go play another year at least with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? So I don't ever think this was a decision he would have made. I think it was a decision mandated by the family, and in the end, I think ultimately they decided, go do what you want to do.
And for people who are following this, he is 100% playing for Tampa or not at all next year. Is that correct?
That is correct, unless they wanted to trade him. But why would you trade him? He played at an MVP level last year. He will be back with the Bucs, and what it does for the Bucs, it makes them a contender again. They're in a bad division. They will win that division. And when you look at the quarterback situations of the other teams, Matt Ryan's an established guy, but that team is a little ways off. Carolina's a mess right now. New Orleans doesn't have a quarterback, so Tampa Bay, the clear favorite in that division. And not only that, they're one of the favorites in the NFC.
When you say one of, would you not make them the favorite in the NFC, or would it be Green Bay? I know the Rams won the Super Bowl this past year, but they had to go on the road. They did get some breaks, that kind of thing. I don't know who's going to play quarterback in San Francisco. Do we feel like, considering Russ has been traded out of there, that the two quarterbacks, it's Rodgers, it's Brady, and then there's a drop, and that those two guys may have one more? It's those two teams to go to the Super Bowl?
Well, I think on the surface, they're the two favorites. But the Rams are right there with them. I mean, depending on what they do and who comes back, I think the Rams are going to be in the mix. I mean, they still have their stars, and stars win championships. We saw that last year. Aaron Donald is still there. Jalen Ramsey is still there. Cooper Kupp. And Matt Stafford played at a high level particularly in the postseason. So they still have their stars. They'll be in the mix. But I always, defer to the star quarterback, the real star quarterbacks, and that's Brady and Rodgers. And so for that reason, I think they're the two favorites in the NFC.
Are you surprised at all that it happens today? It is Selection Sunday, but, look, the NFL always is obviously king, and they don't care about what anybody else's schedule is. It's before the draft, which you wanted to do, and to let your team know that you're going to play before then. Is there any level of surprise that it's today?
No, it's also before the start of free agency. And if there were rumblings that they were investigating other quarterbacks, including Baker Mayfield, as well as, Deshaun Watson, whether they were going to get into that mix or not, who knows. But they were investigating other quarterbacks, and it's only fair that he makes a decision now. So if they went out and made a deal to go get one of those guys, then what happens when he decides to come back? So I think it was the right thing to do for Tom Brady. I think it was the right thing to do from a business standpoint for Tampa Bay to figure out who their quarterback was going to be. And all that lip service about Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask that Bruce Arians came on our set at the Combine and Jason Light was saying, that's all that was lip service. They knew they needed to upgrade the quarterback position. Getting Tom Brady back certainly does that, but they investigated the other guys.
All right, what about this domino, which is a huge one? What other dominoes may fall as a result? They had an offensive line retirement. Rob Gronkowski, they were talking about, is he going to go back to Buffalo? Does that mean now he comes back to Tampa? What other dominoes fall from this?
Well, I think Gronk is going to go back and play for Tampa Bay. As long as Tom Brady's throwing the football, I think that's a priority for him. He is a unrestricted free agent, so he can sign anywhere. But I think for him, it's pretty much he goes wherever Tom Brady goes. Now they have to try and figure out what they're going to do with Ryan Jensen. Their starting center is an unrestricted free agent. Their starting right guard, Alex Kappa, is an unrestricted free agent. They have guys on defense, Jason Pierre-Paul, also in that mix as well. Carlton Davis, their corner, will be leaving because they won't be able to keep him. But they're going to keep the nucleus together. I mean, when you look at it, Chris Godwin coming off the ACL, they tagged him. He'll be back. Mike Evans will be back. They have to figure out the running back game because Leonard Fournette is an unrestricted free agent. But this is still a talented, good football team. And I think they had a lot of injuries on defense last year that kind of played into them not being able to repeat. If they can stay healthy, they're going to be a contender again, and they'll certainly win that division.
All right, Pete Prisco, on a wild day where Tom Brady has decided he's going to play next year and play for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Here's a tweet. These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field, not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates, and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa, unfinished business, LFG.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.